Hey there, slutties, it's Sammy, and I got some news for you. The inaugural Exxxotica Minneapolis is taking over the Minneapolis Convention Center June 26th through the 28th, and trust me, this one is coming in loud, proud, and absolutely unforgettable. Step inside a full-blown playground of pleasure, curiosity, and connection. Jaw-dropping live stage shows that keep your eyes glued and your pulse racing. Eye-opening seminars where you might just learn something deliciously new. And of course, an interactive dungeon built for exploration with consent and boundaries always front and center. And of course, the chance to meet your favorite adult stars, adult legends, and creators up close and personal. And yes, as always with Exxxotica, the staple of the convention that we love so much, Ladies Free Friday. So grab your crew, make it a night, and let it spiral into stories you'll be telling months from now. Lock in your tickets before they disappear at ExxxoticaExpo.com. Can't wait to see you at Exxxotica.
No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.
Hey there, do not forget, this weekend, special appearance. How could I forget? Yes, this weekend, if you want to get feral, if you want to get bass in the face, if you want to dance and have a good time and forget about all your problems, Beyond Wonderland Chicago is this weekend, downtown Chicago at Northerly Island. And of course, special news, I will be there Sunday, all day, open to close. I will be rocking bright red mushroom shirt and hat, very hard to miss. So, if you don't have plans this weekend, go get your tickets for Saturday, Sunday, or both days at Beyond Wonderland Chicago. And make a set list, share it with me. Let's get a little feral. Let's get a little lost. Let's have some fun. So, shout out to those coming. Shout out to those about to buy tickets. Please hit me up on Instagram at Suburban Slut Podcast, or of course on X/Twitter at Suburban Slut Pod, and let me know if I will be seeing you there. Get your tickets now, my slutties. Let's go beyond and let's get lost in all the beautiful chaos. Switch me on and let's switch it up. Hey there, slutties, and welcome to the neighborhood. It is I, your fantastic host, the feral delight himself, SammieSwitch. Welcome you to a brand new episode of the Suburban Slut Podcast, your home for the kinkery, for the sluttery, for the fuckery, oh, and everything in between. Why don't you come on in, shoes off, pants off at the door, and let's get a little comfy, shall we? Thank you for coming back. It is the kickoff to Pride Month. Oh my God, I'm so excited. You have no idea. This is being recorded June 1st, the official kickoff of Pride Month, the day after my 46th fantabulous birthday. And pause here for the show before we go any further. I want to personally take the time and say thank you to my beautiful circle of friends, my beautiful community here, just everyone that took time out of their day to wish me a happy birthday, to really put a smile on my face and truly made my day. So to many, many people, I know Queen Bee, Good Boy Pup, Leanne Steele, so many people, and just really, y'all made my day. So thank you for making my birthday so fucking great. I appreciate it. And now let's get into Pride. Yes, but before we do, I know everyone's so excited. We're chomping at the bits. We're dripping with anticipation, but let's get the house cleaning stuff out of the way. I know, you know the plugs, you know the sponsors, because you're good, loyal slutties and you come back every week. But gotta keep the Hitachi charged and the sex toys charged and all that jazz. So, of course, how can you support the show and help grow the neighborhood that you love being a part of? Well, like finds like, and this is where you can find other slutties supporting the show. Of course, Fansly at SammieSwitch and OnlyFans at SammieSwitch for you. That is the number 4 and the letter U. This week I will be uploading some content, so it is free. But you do have to follow or subscribe for free 99. Right now, the membership is free. I just need to start growing the community. So I will start posting some sluttery, some sexy, teasy media. And all you have to do is follow me on either of those socials. In the next few months, a lot of content, is going to start getting uploaded. So before we switch over to a paid tier, now would be the time. So go to Fansly, SammieSwitch, OnlyFans, SammieSwitch, number 4, letter U, and subscribe now and start seeing if you might want to stick around for later this summer. And of course, merch. You want the merch? We got the merch. I'm in a singing mood today. Get your t-shirts, hats, slut-branded goodies at suburban-slut-podcast.myspreadshop.com. Just like my legs, spread them wide, baby. I want to start seeing my slutties having so much adventures and fun this summer in your Suburban Slut Podcast branded merch. And of course, if you do buy hoodies, t-shirts, tanks, whatever, I beg. I'm begging like a good boy. Please share those photos on socials. Tag me, tag the show. Of course, retweets aplenty, interactions, everything. Show off your Suburban Slut pride and, yeah, show it off. Strut. Just like that. Strut it out. And of course, come flirt with me on Instagram, Suburban Slut Podcast, on X/Twitter at Suburban Slut Pod. Of course, you'll see the link tree, so if you need the links for the merch or for anything related to the show, it's all there on the link tree, of course. On Facebook is SammieSwitch, and the podcast page is Suburban Slut Podcast. On YouTube, yes, like, smash, subscribe. Ooh, smash me daddy, smash me mommy. YouTube, go there, do all the smashing. And of course, FetLife, SammieSwitch on FetLife, and we are also I'm getting all worked up. We are also starting a new endeavor that we started last summer. Life happens, got hectic, but we are in the active process of bringing to fruition Pan's Playbox. It is a group on FetLife. You can find it by searching Pan's Playbox, spelled out, apostrophe S, spaces, of course. This is something near and dear to my heart, and I really want to get this off the ground. Like I said, the wheels were turning last summer. Life got busy. It happens. But what Pan's Playbox is, it's Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin play parties for queer identifying, pansexual identifying people. Basically, genders don't fucking matter. This is people vibing with people, and if they vibe, they have a good time. So, unfortunately, this is definitely not for the straights. It's even not for what's the phrase I want to use here? If you're like a solid gay, I know that sounds weird, but if you're like strictly man for man or strictly female for female, these are not going to be the parties for you. These are parties where people who embrace connection and vibes. And don't worry about what's in between someone's legs. As I think that's one of the best ways to put it. So if that's you, then you need to come join our group on FetLife, Pan's Playbox. We are working on our inaugural event. We had something similar last December. Unfortunately, things happened with partners at the time, and just everything kind of fell through. And we're going to try again, and we're going to have a new energy, new vibe, and new motivation. So let's go. And of course, make sure that you subscribe and follow the show on Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcasts. It helps get people to the show. Give us a rating that you think I deserve. I don't think it's fair to really ask for 5 stars. So what I like to say instead now is give me a rating you feel I deserve. You listen to the show, just give me an honest rating. How's that? So yes, please do that. Our ads have been getting a lot more popular. Our downloads, we're fucking off the rail right now. So to new slutties, boys, girls, theys, thems, thank you for finding the show, and thank you for coming along our journey as we have a whole bunch of crazy sluttery. So thank you for the new fans. Thank you to the old fans. Thank you to everyone that supports the show. And last but not least, I promise this is the last plug. Most importantly, I do want to hear from you. Email your thoughts, confessions, questions. I mean, anything to suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com. I want to interact with the fans, and that's what makes half the show fun, is the fan interaction. So you guys make the show, and I'm just here to keep dishing it out. But I want to hear from you. If you want to play a game with me, let's play a game. If you want to give your thoughts on past guests or reviews or games, hit me up. Let's make it happen. All righty, we're almost there. We're about to close the door and lock the door for the evening. But first, the sponsors of the show. Yes, Exxxotica, Minneapolis, the Spark community, Pegstress, Sasha, Brittany, all those amazing human beings. They're bringing you Exxxotica Minneapolis, June 26th through the 28th for the first time ever. Get your tickets at exxoticaexpo.com. Come for the stars, shop the vendors, stay for the panels, and play in the interactive dungeon. And most of all, what better way to celebrate Pride Month than Exxxotica and Spark? So yes, the Spark community within Exxxotica is really going above and beyond to make Pride a showcase, to make Pride bigger and better than ever. And before we go on to the rest of the sponsors, tonight's show is 100% dedicated to Exxxotica, to Spark, to Pride, and the Minneapolis event. So stay tuned for what's coming up there. Of course, if you like some good vibes and are looking to increase your orgasm frequency, Lovense, yes, the best vibes you get in and out of the bed. Getting $10 off your purchase thanks to the Suburban Slut Podcast. We have a link in our link tree. If you click that for Lovense, you will get $10 off your purchase. So find our link tree on Twitter or Instagram. It should be shown under Lovense, of course. Click that and boom, $10 off your purchase. Get your Lush, get your Gemini nipple clamps, get whatever you're looking for to add some spice into your love life. And of course, with Pride Month, with the Summer of Slut 26, yes, didn't think I'd forget, this is Slut Summer 26. Being a responsible slut is just as important as fun. So, of course, I have teamed up with STD Hero. Angela is one of my favorite humans to work with. Oh, they are fucking great. And what's better than knowing your status? Nothing really, because knowing your status makes you a responsible slut, an informed slut, and a slut that cares for their play partners. Now more than ever, it is so essential to know your status, and especially for my content creators. You got to know your status even before shoots and everything. So let's make the Slut Summer 26. I was stumbling over myself there. And you know me, I'm going to leave that in. So let's make Slut Summer 26 consensual, informed, and safe. Please head over to... What? Oh my God, my page cut off. My God. It's not a link. Just go to mybls.com. That's the letter M, the letter Y, the letter B, the letter L, the letter S.com, and use code SUBURBAN for 10% off your order. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay slutty. And stay tuned because, yes, I keep talking. It's so hard for me to record these unboxings because I've never done them. But I am going to get the STD Hero unboxed this week, so stay tuned for the YouTube on that. Alrighty, so plugs out of the way, sponsors out of the way. Pride. Why is it only a month? It should be all year, really. We should celebrate Pride. We should celebrate everyone under the rainbow, no matter how you identify, no matter who you identify as. You deserve to be celebrated for the delightful human being you are. And for those that don't even identify as humans, for my IT fam out there, you deserve to be celebrated as well. So, how are we going to do that this month? Well, of course, I've teamed up with Exxxotica, and unfortunately, like I said before, I'm not able to make Minneapolis. I'm really sad because now I'm seeing all the Minneapolis Pride events and all the folks from Minnie. Is Minnie a thing? Do they just call them Minnie? Like Chicago's the Shy? I don't know. So, to help support the Minneapolis crew and family, tonight on the show, I have the absolute pleasure of talking with Smitten Kitten, the premier gender fluid, queer embracing sex store that also helps the community in more ways than you can ever truly understand. I had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with Anne. My God. Now, this is a reason why I'm sad. I'm not going to Exxxotica. Wow, Sammy. Fuck. So sorry. Another reason I'm sad about not going to Exxxotica is Anne is such an awesome fucking human. We had so much fun during our interview. And of course, Sam, who also helped collaborate everything and get that up and running. Brittany from Team Exxxotica. Everyone that contributed to make this interview happen. They were amazing, and I'm truly sad I'm not going to be able to see these terror gremlins face to face. But the least I could do is still give them a spot. For those that don't know them or are living under a rock, you need to follow them on Instagram because that's where the hilarity is. That's where the information is. This store is so much more than just a sex store. It's community-based. It's community helping. It's healing. It's informative. This is what I think a lot of stores could learn from Smitten Kitten to help better embrace their communities. So stay tuned for that interview. I also have Phil from One Lucky Guy and Honey Butter from One Lucky Guy Productions. Definitely hoping to work with Phil down the road. I'm going to keep in contact. And even Honey Butter, I mean, wow. She is, oh mama, she is a vibe. So stay tuned for that. They are also going to be at Exxxotica Minneapolis, so that's why I had them on the show as well, because you need to go check out Phil. You need to go check out OneLuckyGuy.com. You need to go support Honey Butter. Oh, this is going to be a great episode to kick off the month. But before we get into those interviews, I've decided to share more of my queer journey with my favorite slutties. So each week of Pride, I'm going to share a queer story, mostly first experiences and such. So let's just dive right in. And I only said it once this week. I know I normally always say dive. Maybe because it's love. Maybe because I love diving on muff. I love diving on a heart-throbbing cock. There's so many things I love to dive on. A good pizza, I will dive on it. So let's get cozy. Everyone get in your seats. Slutty, let's pay attention. It's story time with Daddy Sammy. This is going to be my first experience with a transsexual human being. Forewarning, this took place in the late 90s. Yes, the terminology back then was a little rough. We did not have the pronouns and acronyms and vocabulary that we do now. So right off the bat, I apologize if some of the terms used in this story come off as crash or offensive. I'm using it just simply for storytelling purposes and do not encourage or condone to continue using these phrases today. If those people do enjoy that, that's, hey, we don't yuck yums, all power to you. So, the year was 1998, maybe 99. I was working at a cellular phone store called, well, it doesn't matter now. It's Let's Talk Cellular. They went out of business decades ago. So during my time at Let's Talk, this is when I was really starting to come into my sexuality. I had already had my first boy-on-boy experience, which will be coming next week. And at the time, with the internet and finding pornography on the internet, I had started to realize that I had become very attracted. At the time, the term was she-male. So it was a femme-presenting male who had some type of top surgery for breast enhancements, any type of surgeries, really. But down below, it was still all male. So at the time, it was she-male was the phrase. So again, this is what I was trying. If you are trans, please understand I'm just using this for story purposes. I definitely do not condone this title. But in the 90s, so with AOL chat rooms, I know this is already blowing some minds. America Online, the dial-up internet, there were chat rooms, and you could search chat rooms and even create chat rooms. There was not a lot of filtering. And a young adult Sammy was discovering chat rooms such as Chicago Male for Male, Chicago Burbs Male for Male, and the one I frequented the most at that time was Chicago She-Male. And there was also an offshoot, Chicago She-Male for Male, but Chicago She-Male was the big one. Back then, I think it was like 30 people were allowed in a chat room, and I would go in there and, of course, throw out the good old ASL, age, sex, location, and try to make connections. Now, keep in mind, 19-year-old, 18-year-old Sammy was still a very hefty boy. We can definitely say fat by all means. This was before surgery and working out, so beardless, yes, and overweight Sammy. And working at a cell phone store, I was like, all right, I want to make a connection. I want to have this experience. I want to sleep with a she-male / transsexual. I love breast. I love feminine looks. I also love cock. This is what drew me in at the time. And yes, this is not fetishizing. This is me and what I wanted. And it wasn't just a flash in the pan. This is something I wanted very badly. So I don't remember how, but I connected with someone, and their porn star name was Danielle Fuentes, much like Daisy Fuentes. Puerto Rican, tan, dark hair, gorgeous breast, and a huge, huge cock in between those legs. The memories. And yes, I have tried to look them up previously. So I don't know what type of films they were shooting, but I've never found a Danielle Fuentes in the Chicago Burbs. So I was, honestly, at one point, I'm like, oh my God, what if I could find them and have them on the show? That would be insane. So we connected, and, pictures back then were very hard to upload. Like, we were using scanners and like 5 megapixel cameras, so you can imagine. And during our conversation, I told them, like, yeah, I run a cell phone store. And they were telling me, oh my God, I need a phone so bad, but, everybody wants a deposit. Again, boys, girls, theys, thems. This was the late 90s of cell phones. Much different. This is when you paid per minute. Text messages weren't even out yet, or they were just coming out, and those were per message. So trust me, crazy times. Well, there's this old cell phone company we worked with called Cellular One. And what happened is if they needed a deposit, there was a separate terminal that we had just for Cellular One that we would say the customer paid the deposit. I mean, and that was the end of the transaction. There was nothing else tying it together. So I told Danielle, well, I could hook you up with a free cell phone. You would just have to come in, I'd run your credit, and we see what we can do. And she was like, oh my God. Thank you. Yeah, let's fucking do that. So she comes into the store looking radiant. My God. And I had a coworker at the time, Pete, you know, typical 90s skater kid, sweetheart. So I'm talking to Danielle. I'm like, all right, so hey, let me get your driver's license. I'll run your credit, see what we can do. And of course, the driver's license was her picture, but her government name, and that's all I'll say. It's not my place or time to share what the actual name was. I will simply say the government name obviously did not match the presence. So I put in the government name, the address, and everything. I'm like, all right, so here's the deal. You have a $250 deposit. And I mean, in the late 90s, that's still a decent chunk of change. So I made the move, and I said, I tell you what, I can hook you up with a phone. The $250 will be a credit on your account, so you'll have a few free months of service. If you would like, I could drop this off to you, and we could hang out for the evening. And she had straight up said, well, yeah, I was planning on having sex with you for the phone. And I was like, So yes, if you play the game Never Have I Ever, and it says traded goods or services for sex, I will take a drink. And this was not the first time. Stay tuned. So I give her the phone, hook her up, and I'm like, all right, I'll see you tonight. And she's like, oh my God, I can't wait. It'll be so much fun. So as soon as she leaves, Petey, the guy that worked with me, was like, dude, that was a guy. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? No, it wasn't. And he was just busting my balls like, dude, that was totally a guy, I swear to God. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. Everything checked out, so I thought she was hot. So let's move on with our day. So anyways, I mean, again, I wasn't out at all. This was the late 90s. I was very closeted, so that's why the interaction went that way. I was not in a space to say like, oh yeah, absolutely, that's a trans person. I'm going to have amazing sex with them later. Not a thing. So the time comes, I go over there. She lives in this little, like, it's almost like a double wide trailer with a roommate who was also in the sex industry at the time, which was, sex work. And they're like, here, sit down. Let me go get ready. You can talk to my roommate. So I was just talking to the roommate, watching whatever 90s show. And then Danielle comes out in this beautiful silk robe. She's like, okay, are you ready? And I was like, yeah, as ready as I'll ever be. And we get back there, and of course, the night is a little fuzzy, but I remember very slow, very passionate kissing, exploring her body with my hands, and the excitement, and just everything felt so amazing, and she was throbbing hard, like, so intense. The details of said things. Again, a gentleman never shows great details without consent. So I will simply say we had a phenomenal time. And towards the end, this part I do have to share because this was one of my favorite moments in my sexual journey. She mounted my chest. She started stroking, and she gave me, still to this day, 20 plus years later, the biggest and greatest facial I had ever received. Oh my God. And she went to get a towel, and this was before like selfies and stuff. I was just sitting there like, oh my God, this is everything I dreamt of. This is, I am so queer. It's not even funny. I'm now realizing this with a fresh load on my face. This was the moment that definitely cemented. Back then it was bisexual, but this is when my pansexual journey began. I love boys. I love girls. I love trans. I love non-binary. I love queerdos. Just, let's go. So that was the encounter with Danielle Fuentes. The funny part, hand to God, can't make this shit up. A few days later, my buddy's like, dude, watch this tape. I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's Jenny Jones. For those in the Chicago area, you know Jenny Jones, JJ, talk show host, had crazy episodes like Make My Goth Teenager Normal and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what is this? Dude, that chick was on Jenny Jones. I told you she was a guy. I'm like, whatever. Dude, just get to work. So I get home and I watch the tape, and lo and behold, there's Danielle on Jenny Jones, and 30 minutes later comes out, the episode was Turn My Shemale Friend Back to Male. I know, nowadays extremely offensive. This is what the show is called. I'm simply referencing the title. Thank you. And I just never talked about it again with Petey and just left it at that. But yes, the transsexual sex worker I slept with for a cell phone, of course, was on Jenny Jones a few days later. And of course, my coworker saw the episode, and we just never talked about it again. But Danielle Fuentes, wherever you are, if you're hearing this, thank you for the life-changing, life-altering experience that made me who I am today. And a fun sidebar, about a year later, Danielle was leaving Illinois, and she needed another cell phone. She was at a hotel at the airport. I was like, I can get you another cell phone. She's like, oh my God, yes, please. We can play before I leave. I was like, oh my God, this is... What is the life I'm living? So I did have one more tryst with Danielle Fuentes in a motel outside of O'Hare Airport. Oh, just as delicious. So that was my first experience with a transsexual person. It solidified that I do genuinely adore and love trans folk, whether it's trans boys or trans females. I love me a trans. I love me a non-binary. Just, I don't know. There's something special about them, as they know and as the world knows, and I just love them. So thank you. So that is my first story of Pride Month. Tales with Sammy, whatever you want to call it. Next week will be my first guy experience, and you don't want to miss how fucked up that experience was and how the statute of limitations has definitely passed, but it was very illegal, everything. So please stay tuned. We will discuss that next week. But for now, let's put the focus on Exxxotica. Let's put the focus on Spark community. And let's bring in Phil and Honey Butter, who will be at the One Lucky Guy booth at Exxxotica Minneapolis. Please make sure to get your tickets at exxoticaexpo.com. And without further ado, our first story of the evening, celebrating Exxxotica Minneapolis, celebrating Pride and Spark. It is Phil and Honey Butter. Enjoy. Tonight, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to the neighborhood and host Phil from One Lucky Guy Studios and the always yummy and dripping Honey Butter. Phil and Honey, thanks so much for sliding on in this week.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so Honey Butter, your online persona is, of course, Honey Butter. So for the newcomers discovering your content for the first time, what are your specialties, your vibe, and what keeps fans coming back for more?
I think probably my specialty is just that I'm genuinely happy what I'm doing, and
Oh,
the gangbangs are particularly a specialty. I think everybody likes those.
everyone loves
So
a gangbang. I mean,
yeah, and I'm a good deep throater. I'm kind of known for deep throating, so that's a little. Those are a couple of my specialties. It's all fun.
like Missy of all trades. Okay. And of course, Phil, for people somehow living under a rock, what exactly is One Lucky Guy Studios and how did this whole beautiful circus begin for you?
All right. Well, relax. It's quite a story. So, a few years ago, he and I met and realized that we kind of got along pretty good. And so we did some things. And then I realized I'm like, hey, you actually have a brand that you're not taking advantage of. And there's a huge following. You can do a Google search. You can find tons of honey butter videos. And
Hmm.
I asked, I said, are you earning anything from those? And she was like, no, just whenever they get shot, that's it. So, the model is to always have those things coming back and feeding you, not somebody else. So we talked and I told her, I said, I can help you. And I'm sure she rolled her eyes like, yeah, you're one of 50 guys that said they could help me. But 2 years on,
True.
yeah, 2 years on, we officially launched in October of last year, right before Exotica in New Jersey.
Oh,
And so we've got a couple of different URLs, but they all really go to the same place. And it's oneluckyguy.net. And right now it's $10 a month or $96 a year. And all access to the content. And the whole idea behind this is to get this up and running and get it feeding itself so that I can then give it to Honey Butter.
love that.
It's
That's
also
teamwork right there.
one of the only sites where the fans get a chance at possibly performing with a porn star.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah,
forgot to
Hmm.
say that. See,
that's the shtick, Phil.
yeah, it is.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, so we would actually love to actually have every scene be filmed with a member. So if you want to have that experience and you feel like you're confident enough to do that, and
Oh, yeah.
we're not looking for extra long or extra long large or the chiseled Adonis. We want the average everyday guy to
Yeah.
experience his fantasy, and so we have maybe 8 models we work with regularly that all are kind of in tune with that. And so when we go to different expos or we have different content creation weekends, we open the doors and say, listen, you get tested, you show up, and then the rest, as they say, is history.
Wow, that's definitely a unique angle. I love that.
And we can hide faces or we can not, so you can do either. And
Right.
so for those guys that don't want to show their face yet or have a reason maybe they don't want to, they can still
Hmm.
have the porn star experience.
Well, see, there you go. Now for me,
Unforgettable.
yeah, I always have like the very memorable tattoos, so it's very hard. When I first started, I'm like, how am I gonna hide this? I'm like, I can't the second my shirt's off. You're like, I know that guy. So,
I filmed with a guy once who had his name tattooed on his chest, but
oh
he was
my God.
wearing a ski mask. I made
The
such fun
ski
of him for
mask
that.
gimmick. Yep.
Yeah.
I love seeing that. It's always distracts me. The second I see him, like, just anything, like blue smiley face, but the ski mask, I'm like, okay, I can't.
I thought it was kind of hot.
So, Phil,
You
what stood
know,
out? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what funny story. We actually did this in Phoenix a few months ago, and
Mm.
we didn't talk about blurring faces or masks. And this guy opens up his bag and he goes, "Oh, I have like 5 or 6 masks," and he had like a collection.
Oh
And I'm
God.
like, "Oh my God, is this part of a rape kit or what? What's this
Right.
fella trying to do?" So.
That's amazing. And Honey Butter, what's it like working with the studio on the level of One Lucky Guy? Like, what are the perks? What's the 401k like?
Well, we're still kind of getting things figured out, so it's kind of in the launch stage, and
Hmm.
it's a fun time. I mean, it's been really fun to get to know all the people that we're working with, and I love all the ladies. They're always so fun, and I don't know, it's a good vibe.
Love that. And Phil, so from your end, producer, director, creative wrangler, problem solver, what part of the job gives you the biggest adrenaline rush?
I would say our parties when they're over. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I worry 15 minutes before, I worry 15 minutes in because you never know what's going to happen.
true.
Um, then once, you know, we do the scene and then you know, everybody gets to continue playing and whatnot. And then when the door closes and we order the obligatory post gangbang tacos, then I can again, right? You know, we're done.
Tacos are a perk.
Yeah. So, but that's it. You know, I enjoy that aspect of it, and you know, there is some fun that happens in and around this thing too for me.
Of course.
But my whole goal is to get behind the camera and not in front of it eventually.
Oh, love that. So here, how much of producing is creativity versus putting out fires nobody sees?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean,
Mhm.
so the way our content is, it's 100% real. We don't script, or we kind of do. Several of our videos, you know, we'll do that. It's kind of a fun, kitschy kind of a thing. But you know, there's no, oh, step mom, don't do that, or the delivery guy shows up with a pizza. You know, none of that kind of staging.
Right.
Uh, it's just two people, you know, that are, you know, meeting for the first time typically. And, you know, we have the interview process. We have a couple of things that are kitschy for us, which is the shtick.
Hmm.
But what you see from beginning to end is all taken basically in one shot. And there's some editing.
Oh,
We shoot from 5 different angles, so we can, you know, piece that together and stitch that together and get some very usable content. And then, but there's no, you know, fluffing. There's no breaks. You know, from start to finish. I think our shoots with paperwork take about 30 to 35 minutes.
wow, that's efficient.
Very
And
efficient.
no breaks though. Okay, see now we're getting to the hard part. You got the after party tacos, but no breaks. I see how it goes. Okay. Well, here, honey butter, what's something about content creation that might look glamorous online, but is actually exhausting in real life?
Um, Probably just like the the wishy-washiness of the people that we're trying to line things
Mm.
up with. That's probably like the most frustrating part is like you get these people and you think everything's going good and then they just cancel or ghost you at the last minute, you know, and
Yep.
like that's pretty frustrating. I would think that's actually the most exhausting. I like to get in there and get the scenes done and like that part is a cakewalk for me. I like
Yeah.
that part. Yeah.
What do we say? What do we say? We say everybody wants to be a porn star until it's time to do porn star stuff.
There you go. That's a fucking t-shirt right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I was gonna say I know like you see all the videos where it's like, oh, honey butter, this is Mark. Mark, this is honey butter, and it just kicks off when in reality it's constant emails, constant updates. Oh, we gotta move this. Oh, we gotta change this. Oh, I'm at this room.
Yeah.
And yeah, nobody really sees like how much it's just constant like, can we just get to the fucking start time, please? That's all
Yeah.
we're trying to get to.
Exactly.
Let's see. So for both you guys, so for this one, who's usually more chaotic on set? Do you think it's the talent or the crew?
Hmm.
You want to think on it while I answer?
What?
You want to
Yeah,
think?
I'll think on it. Yeah. What do you think?
I think, well, the crew is basically me, and then sometimes we'll elicit a camera person every once in a while. So I guess
Oh, okay.
it had to be talent. Um,
Honey's like,
and
I'm not saying Phil.
I go ahead. But you know, I mean, like I say, you know, like say 15, 20, 30 minutes, we're done.
Yeah.
So you know, the chaos is not there for very long. But getting people to actually show up and then
Mm-hmm.
follow along and then pay attention and that I think that's probably the hardest part is just getting that people actually show up.
Yeah.
What do you think, honey?
I guess I don't know. I think the parties are probably the most chaotic. Otherwise, things go
Oh,
pretty smooth. I feel like things go pretty smooth with the talent and the crew, otherwise, but the parties can be a little chaotic.
there you go. That's honest. I dig it. So let me see. So Phil, what's a behind the scenes challenge fans would never even think about when it comes to shooting and creating such magic?
Um, and honey's going to kill me when I say this, but I think the female cycle is probably the worst thing that gives us a fit.
Natural
And
enemy.
yep, you get things set up, you get in, and it's like, oh, I can't do it. Or in one instance, look like a murder scene halfway through the scene. So,
You're like, that's not what we were going for today. Nope, nope.
well, I mean, if you want to have a fetish video, there you go, ready
Yeah.
made. Yeah.
Let's see. Now, for both you guys, what's the funniest or most awkward thing that's ever happened on set? And I know there's porn bloopers. We love a good porn blooper. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I think I wouldn't say it was funny or chaotic, or maybe it was, but basically, all of our parties are tested, and
Yes.
so we filmed 3 minutes of our party, and so we're getting into this, and we had one guy show up, and we're not even sure how he actually got on the guest list, but
Oh.
he was there and kind of didn't understand the rules, and so I'm trying to make sure he has his test results,
Oh
and
yeah.
he finally produces something on a phone that he claimed was dying, and as I'm scrolling through them, they were class transcripts from American University. And so here
Oh
I
my
am,
God.
squared off and pissed off with this guy in a hotel room
Yeah.
when there's like 15 to 20 other people having fun, And so um, when it started to get a little more chaotic, I had 4 big corn-fed boys behind me who were the husbands of the ladies that were like, this is not going to get out of hand. And he
Yeah.
exited. And that's that, as they say, is that.
See, this is corn-fed Midwestern boys. We'll stand up and be like, yeah, you need to go. It's time to go.
Pretty much how it went. Yeah.
Right?
They were a good bouncer crew.
Hell yeah. Honey butter, what say you?
Uh, Awkward. There's been a couple awkward times, I guess. I don't know. I think the one that stands out the most is probably, well, now that Phil said that, that one's standing out. I'm having trouble.
Right? Like that one was
Uh,
so good. Class transcripts. No, STIs, mother. Never mind. Just go. Just go.
yeah, I don't think he was even on the guest list. I think he just snuck in from in the hotel. He saw what was going on and
Oh,
like, yeah,
just
I
kind
don't
of
think he was.
zoom.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't
Um,
like a handwritten letter that said, I am clear, signed doctor.
No,
uh,
luckily I can read class transcripts, and he was an average student at best. So
Clearly, if he tried pulling that off, yeah, he was not on the honor roll.
no,
and he forgot his hat, so I've got his hat.
Like we got the trophy.
yes, she does.
Well, here, honey, how about have you ever had a moment during filming where you just kind of stopped and kind of just took it all in and thought, yep, this is my life now?
I mean, I kind of do that with all of them, I think.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just you just get in there and get it done and it's like a job kind of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much work that goes into it. Yeah. People that say it's not a job, it's like, you can shut the F up. No.
Yeah. There's a lot of work that goes into it. Like you prepare and you try to, get ready and primping and everything it's time consuming. It
Yeah.
is.
Diet, physical fitness, like there's a lot
Yeah.
people don't realize go into. Like I always say my thing I hate the most is when someone says, "Oh, I'll just sell feet pics online." And I always explain to them, you have no idea how much work that actually takes. You just don't
Yeah.
snap a picture. I'm like, you're kind of being disrespectful.
Yeah, if you want things to be nice and look nice and please like make your fans happy, then you
Yeah.
got to do a good job. Yeah.
See? So, Phil, what's more stressful, tech failing mid shoot or trying to organize a group of horny adults on a schedule?
Well, I'm an engineer by trade, so
Oh, okay.
Honey can probably attest to this, as I run all the talent like it was an engineering effort or a
Oh,
military effort, where it's just like, A to B, here's what we're doing, bing, bang, boom. So tech is probably the thing that's most stressful. I've got all my cameras. One of them will not tell me it doesn't have a CF card in it. It doesn't have and so I
oh,
shot probably 150 stills, and then got to where I was editing and went to pop the card out, and it wasn't there. And so I'm like, are you
ooh,
kidding me? So I closed it back up and went through the same thing, like 10 shots, and it never warned me, hey, no card. So that's probably the
oh,
worst thing.
okay. Ooh. And honey, for you as a creator, I can only imagine some of the requests sliding into your inbox. What's one that generally just made you stop and go like, what the fuck is this?
Well, there's quite a bit of that actually. I
Hmm.
I I don't even look at the messages on FetLife. It's just too
Oh
much.
God.
But
Nope.
like I don't know. Most recently there's one who keeps asking me to marry him and
Hmm.
he's been doing this for years though. He's a millionaire and he's a doctor and he wants me to marry him and that he's been in there for a long time. Yeah, it's stuff like that and weird requests and things. I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot.
At least you get the sweet ones. We never really hear much about the sweet ones, at least, where it's like, oh, you're bless your heart, you're so sweet.
Yeah, if it was true, I'd do it.
Right. Like, show me a bank statement, show me your doctorate, and we can talk more. But
Show
that
me the
stuff up front,
money.
let's go. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Phil, what's one of the weirdest pitches for a scene or a concept you've come across?
A guy one time who was a friend of one of the models,
Mm-hmm.
and we ended up doing a party thing where they spent the night. And about 11:30, he just comes out and starts pitching me that he wants to write screenplays and
Oh,
with a certain genre that he's interested in. And I just, I'm like being very polite, but I'm like, "Yeah,
right.
any of the content."
Oh, wow. Oops, sorry. Give me one sec. This microphone. Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Phil, can you hear me? I think your mic
I don't
went
hear
out.
Phil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that any better?
that is. Yeah. Can you redo that by chance?
Yeah, yeah.
Is the microphone like when that's why I thought it was mine. I'm like, shit, I was trying to play with my headphones here.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and start again.
Yeah.
So one night after a party, about 11:30, one of the model's friends comes out and just starts pitching an idea where he wants to write a screenplay, which is very odd for my stuff because that's just not how we go.
Right.
But the more he got into it, "You've ever seen what I do?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, that's just not our thing." It was like 180 degrees out from what our thing is. And I'm like, you do you,
Yeah.
and, run with that. But I just don't know anybody that does that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you like we can work with an idea, but it's not like waitress walks in, light dim, scene. Like, no, we're not that technical. All right, let's see. So for this one's for both. So is there a scene, project, or idea you've been dying to create, but just haven't figured out how to make it happen yet, with yet being the key word?
I'll go first.
Midgets.
Yes, very well, that one.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
We want to
We're looking to do that.
on both sides,
Oh,
have the size difference. I guess, that would be fun. But another one that I can never seem to line up, I can never get three models in the room at the same time to do this, is that dude, Catwoman, Veronica, and Daphne to have a scene like that.
ooh, okay.
I have the costumes, but I've carried them around. They have no airline
You
miles.
just
And
got
some
them in
people-
case of emergency, like, wait, one, two, hold on, I got an idea. And you just whip them out like, this is what we're doing.
Every time I plan it, it falls through.
Wow. Well, hopefully Minnesota or New Jersey, one of those two, we can make that happen. That'd be amazing.
I'm trying. I'm looking forward
Right.
to it.
Let's see. So, and another one for both. This one I always love. What do you personally think is the most overrated trend in adult content right now? Something you've seen, it's just like, oh God, another one of these.
I don't watch a lot, so I'm not sure how to answer that.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I think for me, it's the 20-something college student. If you go look at the big booths at Exxxotica, we're talking like where they have like 20 or 30 people with the Ring cameras and they're sitting there streaming.
Yeah.
Those are a dime a dozen, and then every once in a while you'll see some old dude in a flannel shirt. And I'm like, you go. That is different.
Right.
Somebody else doing something just kind of interesting, but there's just I don't know how they get any traction at all because there's really no uniqueness.
Yeah, it's very oversaturated market. So unless you already have like you're established going, but like for someone brand new jumping into the cam world, like that's a challenge. You got to be unique, you got to be charismatic. It's not just like, hi, I'm here. It's my boobs, but that's what most of it is.
Well, the thing is, I had no idea getting into this 2 years ago
Mhm.
what it actually took from the social media to the content creation itself, to the editing, to the archival, to the paperwork. There's a lot. And then, so we just added somebody to the team who's going to do our social media for us.
Oh, cool.
And I think you know who she is.
Oh, yeah. Jennifer, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Old friend. Good person.
Right. Yeah, very nice. So that's helpful. So yeah, hopefully we can take this in a better direction that way.
Nice. Well, here's another dual one. What instantly tells either of you that someone is going to be difficult to work with? Is there just like warning signs where like, oh, this isn't going to work out?
I'll go second. You go first.
Uh, warning signs, I guess, if they seem a little moody, it usually
Mm.
that usually snowballs pretty quickly.
Kind of
You
like
can kind of
grumpy
tell,
or
like, if somebody's,
standoffish, like, hey, we're about
yeah,
to
or
have
like
sex. You
really
need to loosen up.
particular. Yeah, like sometimes people are super particular about something, and sometimes that goes
Oh,
okay, but usually those people are hard to work with after a little bit.
okay. Okay.
For me, it's when somebody's very particular about their when they say government name. If somebody uses the
Mm.
term government name as we're doing some negotiations, I'm usually like, oh, this is not going to go well because it never has.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always feel weird. I mean, obviously, SammieSwitch is not my government name, but I feel weird when I say, well, like with Exxxotica, when I'm filling out paperwork, I'm like, do you guys want my persona or do you want the government name? Because I don't want them. My biggest fear is like someone will cut a check to SammieSwitch and it's like, I can't do anything with this. I'm like,
Yeah,
son of a bitch.
serious. It's very serious.
Yeah. But it's just weird saying government name. I'm like, I'm just 46-year-old white guy, but yes, my government name. Do you want that or the persona?
Right.
Let's see. Now, for both of you guys, so I know you'll both be appearing, of course, Exxxotica, Minneapolis, June 26th to the 28th. So, Phil, what will you be doing there? And any content shoot rooms planned? I always forget the technical term, so I try my best. And what are you both most excited about?
Yeah, we're going to be there. I have a block of rooms, and we have one that is exclusively just for shoots. So that,
Oh,
when we do that, so then we have a backup. So let's just say I have a collab set up, or Honey has a collab set up, and they're going to
hmm.
conflict. Then we can shut the door and have two different rooms.
Wow,
But
that's smart. Okay.
we prefer to have everything done in the shoot room. And it's just the same thing. Two people meeting for the first time and doing their thing. That's ours.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's really it. And really, what I'm most excited about is I have said that I think Minneapolis will explode. I think that that city has been waiting on something like this,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot of mixed. Like, well, it's not going to be any good. It won't be. It's the first one, but I just think
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
we're
hoping so.
also we're going to be
Right.
doing a party too, so I'm excited
Oh,
about the
tacos,
party.
tacos.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about the Minneapolis one because I know I do have a bigger fan base in Minneapolis. So, like at the
Really?
booth, I'll have an opportunity to mingle with fans a lot more than at some of the other ones, I think. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Nice. Love it. Well, hey, well, what else can I say? You guys have absolutely been amazing. I'm very excited to see what comes out of Minneapolis now, for sure. And of course, like we say every episode, you can still go to exoticaexpo.com to get your tickets to meet, of course, Phil from One Lucky Guy and Honey Butter as well. But of course, before we go, Phil and Honey, please tell all the slutties, the boys, girls, theys, thems, where they can find you, follow you, support you, all that good stuff.
All right, well, I'll
Phil?
go. I'll go first. So on X, it's one lucky guy 007 is the handle for that.
Hmm.
The website is oneluckyguy.net, and we're going to be in booth 120.
Oh,
And
okay.
Exotica just got that a couple of days ago. And so come look us up. If you are a member or you are going to join during that time, got a free T-shirt. I think it's the coolest logo in the biz, and
It
you
is
can
an
find that
awesome
around.
fucking logo.
I really like it. I was really
Yeah.
pleased at the way it turned out. Yeah, come see us. And we've got Jade Lux. She's new with us. We've got Carly Vixen.
Oh.
She was with us in Chicago. We've got Allie Lust, who's going to be with us.
Hmm.
We've got Vixen Nicole, Honey Butter, of course.
I
And
was gonna say,
then
I'm like, I think we're forgetting someone. Hold on.
Little Miss Jenny is going to be with us, and Nadia White. So we're going to have a very full booth.
That's a lineup.
It is. It's actually getting better every time. So we're
Lots of
excited.
hotness.
Oh, actually,
Hmm.
almost forgot one. We have Laura Dane as well.
Oh,
So
Yes, Laura Dane. She's incredible.
yeah,
Big
didn't leave
fan.
her out on purpose. Just
Right? No, no.
hard for this 54-year-old mind to keep up with all that.
I get you. And honey, how about you? Where can fans follow you and help support you as well?
XXX Honey Butter on X. And that's pretty much the only thing I have, I think, isn't
Oh,
it,
okay.
Phil?
Perfect. Well, yeah, well, guys, thanks again for your time. I hope Minnesota is great, big success for both of you. And thank you for sliding on in this week. You stay safe and stay slutty.
Thank you so
Oh,
much. Thanks for
thank
having
you for
us.
having us. Yeah, it was great. It was
Absolutely. So, obviously, you definitely are going to want to stop by at the One Lucky Guy booth, see Phil and see Honey Butter at Minneapolis Exxxotica. So, I really hope to have them back on the show. I really hope to do some work with Phil down the road and also with Honey Butter down the road, so stay tuned. Now, let's make sure everyone, I know, let's get our drinks, let's get our snacks. Part 2 of 2 is about to come up to close the show. And oh my God, this is such a great interview. So much queerness, so much chaos, so much support, all in one bundle. Also appearing at Exxxotica Minneapolis is Smitten Kitten, who is working directly with the Spark community to help make the Spark section bigger and better than ever. So again, shout out to Smitten Kitten and everyone that works there. Make sure you go find their booth at Exxxotica and just enjoy. That's it. Just enjoy. But for now, I want you to enjoy my interview with Anne from Smitten Kitten, because of course I am smitten with them. Enjoy. Tonight, it is my sluttiest pleasure to welcome Anne from Smitten Kitten, a trans owned, sex positive shop that proudly says, "We give a shit about your pleasure." Anne, thanks so much for sliding on in this week.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited. And of course, the first question I have to ask right off the bat,
Yeah.
where is the glory hole?
In your heart.
Aw,
In your soul. No, I don't know.
it's within.
It's within, yeah. It's the friends you made along the way, you know?
Hell yeah.
Um, yeah, that was so funny. Like there was a Yelp review for the longest time that was like, love the glory
Oh,
hole. And people every once in a while would come in and then it was like a couple people in a row and I was like, where is this going around? Because we don't
like who
have one.
started this shit? Where is it?
Exactly. So I went on Instagram. This was like so genuine. I just went outside and I was like, you guys, I love the glory hole community. I'm so happy for you, but I do not have the time or the capacity or the desire to run a glory hole and an adult store at the same
Yeah, no.
time. And now that video has like 4 million views
It's
because
amazing.
everyone was like, that's exactly what you would say if you had one. And I'm like, damn, you got me right.
They're
Something
like, you just want to
hilarious that
keep it
has
on the low. That's what,
exactly,
right?
exactly. Don't ruin it for everybody. But
Oh
something
my
we
God.
realized this summer or this winter is that
Yeah.
the foundation of our building is like crumbling.
Oh,
So they have to make a glory hole to
oh
make
my
that
God.
improve. So look forward to more glory hole content from the Swinton Kitten
Thank God, because that's
sometime
what I'm here
soon.
for. Yeah, I'm here for the
Right? They
sex
didn't tell
advice and the
us
toys, but the glory hole jokes,
stay for the
please
glory
don't ever
hole.
stop. Yep.
Yeah, we
Stay for
we
the
got it.
education, come for the education, stay for the glory hole. That's
Yeah, come
inside
for the
you.
education and come for the glory hole. And just
Both.
come.
Just come.
Period. Yeah.
That's your next shirt. I want to see that up next month. Just
Yeah,
come. Period.
just come.
So here, why don't you tell the listeners who may not know Smitten Kitten yet, being the key
Yeah.
word, how would you describe the shop and its personality?
Yeah, we are a really unique business. Our origin story is kind of like the owner finding out there's more regulation on like dog toys than there is on adult toys. And it was kind of their
Really?
mission after that to make a space where you could get like adequate and accurate sex education along with products that met the standards of like humans. So stuff
Hmm.
that might not be banned or stuff that is banned in maybe like kids' toys or in dog toys, like beings putting stuff in their mouth, may
Yeah.
not be banned in adult toys because it's seen as like a novelty industry. And
Oh.
there's been many companies that will say, like, you can read a toy box that says, like, this is for novelty use only. And it's kind of a
Yeah.
way for them to cover their ass if someone is actually seriously injured, because some of these ingredients in this toy, there's one specific one that I can think of right now that's called a phthalate, which is what makes
Hmm.
a hard plastic soft. So the toys that look like a jelly
Oh,
toy
yeah.
oftentimes actually have the phthalates in them, which can cause like a chemical burn, it can cause birth defects and like hormonal
Whoa.
imbalance. So yeah, owner found that out and was like, this is my life's mission to make sure that people have access to like quality, safe materials, which is why
Yeah.
everything in our store is going to be like silicone or glass or steel, all non-porous materials that are going to be
Hmm.
safe to use. So that has been the past like 20 years, 22 years at Smitten Kitten. And then on top of that, we just really give a shit about the neighborhood that we're in. And in January, a lot of people know that Operation Metro Surge and ICE hit our city like
Saw that on
super
your
hard.
socials. Absolutely.
It was like an infestation of ICE agents and people just like oh, so traumatizing and disgusting, but also we were like watching this happen on our block, like watching them drive back and forth. I was even opening the store one day and actually saw the tail end of someone being kidnapped from a bus stop by
Jesus.
ICE. And we were all just kind of like the day I'm just gonna get into it. It's very heavy.
Go for it.
But the day that Renee Good was murdered, I remember me and my boss, the owner of Smitten Kitten, we helped a couple customers, and then we looked at each other like this is not what we're supposed to be doing right now. Like I
Mm.
I don't feel right just like trying to go about business as normal because it's not.
Just a regular day.
Um Exactly. So we actually closed the store and went down to the memorial site and listened to community
Wow.
members talk and everybody just kind of like looking at each other like what are we going to do, because
Yeah.
I've worked at Smitten Kitten for the past 2 years, and I've lived in Minneapolis my whole life, so I'm no stranger to like government occupation and police violence, and
Hmm.
neither is the owner, JP. So we're really passionate about like civil rights and making sure that there is like equality for all, as much as like if we have a say in it, we're gonna work our asses off to try to achieve that in our lifetime. So we're watching all these things happen. We're kind of like looking at our neighbors, looking at each other like is anybody gonna do anything about this? And
Right.
then we were like, you know what, it's not time to like wait, we just have to start doing.
Someone's got to
um
start.
yeah, so our neighbors, we have so many awesome neighbors and we have such a like rich, diverse culture in the neighborhood that we're in. It's really like an intersection of like queer artistry and like immigrant community. And we all
Mm.
see each other every single day, like
Right.
40 hours a week. So more than my own family, I'm spending time with my neighbors. So we're watching this happen, watching people be under attack, like afraid to leave their homes. And at this point, like Operation Metro Surge really started in like October. So
Okay.
people have been hiding out in their homes, like going out less and less and less to the point where it's like, I'm out of toilet paper. It's a blizzard outside. And we got people trying to steal me from my home and my family
Yeah.
outside. So noticing like restaurant neighbors starting to raise money or try to distribute food because their kitchen is empty and they fill it with volunteers to cook. I was
Hmm.
like, this is awesome, but I know that people need all their other basic resources and needs met too. So that would be
True.
like diapers, baby wipes, groceries. And we've worked so hard over the past 22 years to curate a space where we deal with people's like personal, delicate, private information. By
Yeah.
doing so, we've also been working with a lot of like therapists, doctors, physical therapists, people who are really trauma informed. Um, and like I said, doctors. Like I know that the medical field is an intense place to be, and those guys are underpaid too. But
Oh, yeah.
they also got money sometimes. So my
Oh, yeah,
thing
they do.
was
They do.
like, yeah, so I was like, if you guys got $300 to drop on a vibrator, you also got $300 to drop on somebody's rent or their groceries or give someone a ride. We all just need to step up. And I made a video one day that was like specifically to white people, being a white person myself too. I was like, I know we're all sitting on the couch crying right now, and
Yeah.
we're all noticing like how disgusting and heartbroken we are to like watch this happen to our city. but we need to stop crying, and we need to cry in the Costco while we're getting stuff for our neighbors. Or we need to be like crying as we pull stuff from our savings a little bit to help out our neighbors stay
Yeah.
inside while we are under attack outside. So that was insane. And we have continued in various degrees to be kind of a community resource center where people can come and we can either like get them what they need or redirect them to other places
Right.
that will be able to provide for them, and running an adult store at the same time. So it's really insane.
Yeah.
We're very unique and passionate. We are definitely crazy, and there's no other way that you could do this. Like if you
Crazy in a
weren't.
good way.
Yeah, we have a poster on the wall I'm looking at right now that says "I will succeed because I'm crazy," um, and I look at it every day, and I'm
I
like,
see that's
"Wow,
the
that is so
motivation.
true."
That's the poster we need everywhere.
Right? Because
I
it
mean, we
is
love the
crazy
kitten,
outside
but
too.
yeah.
Right? You got to fight crazy with crazy sometimes. So
See?
yeah, we had a lot of pressure. Like we are a trans-owned business, trans-owned and operated
Yes,
business,
yes.
and that makes us a target on a regular day. But after putting ourselves out there and saying like we really don't fuck with this, can I cuss? Yeah, we're on a sex
Oh, fuck yeah.
podcast. Um, yeah, so yeah, like we were like, are you fucking kidding me? Watching this unfold, we were like, absolutely not. And yeah, we're just like super passionate about standing up for our community, whether that's helping someone through a transition, coming out, getting a divorce, having a baby, having sex for the first time, like all
True.
types of things, like chemotherapy, stuff where it's like, this is a really private, personal thing. I'm going to hold this information for you and do what I can with it, and then
Yeah.
send you on your way with hopefully some information that makes you think harder about the way that you're going about things, and educated decisions, like consent and harm reduction is a huge thing that we
Oh,
consider
amen.
every
Yep, yep.
day. And like another thing I would say that's really special about Smitten Kitten, and I encourage other adult stores and people in the adult industry, if you're not tapped into sex workers in your life and they don't, like, if you don't create space for sex workers to feel like valued and comfortable, you're
Oh, yeah.
missing out on the backbone of your business, because everyone in
That is
here
true.
has done that in some capacity or has been close to that community in some capacity,
Yeah.
to the point where they understand, like when people ask us like, oh my gosh, like how do you raise this money or how do you gather all these resources so quickly, it's like you got to know how to like be in a hotel room with someone or be making your content
Yep, there you
and
go.
leave with what you came there for safely and efficiently. So when it comes to like the cops are circling, ICE is circling our business, we're being intimidated and getting like death threats and stuff like that. We just got to move on and keep going because
Yeah.
that's how it always is. And it's been that way for marginalized communities forever. So when people are like, oh my God, how did you create this awesome community? I'm like, this is what marginalized people do for each other all the time.
Yeah.
um yeah, so that's been like so powerful. It's really corny to say, but I feel like really everything in my life has actually led up to like what we're doing here.
Right.
And
And you've
yeah,
made
the
that
owner,
amazing circle.
yeah, it's fucking awesome. Like if I do say so
Hell
myself,
yeah.
like the community that we've created around Smitten Kitten and the like space that we've opened up for people to, even before Operation Metro Surge, is just
Right.
like, so it just recharges you and like fills your cup every time you help someone pretty much. Like especially while we're under this administration and just like living in America on a regular basis,
That's a
watching
nightmare.
everybody's civil rights be stripped away, to be able to like be in a space where I can actually help someone feel like they have personal autonomy over their own body is
Yeah.
really powerful.
That validation, being seen, being heard, it makes a world of fucking difference to people, especially
Hmm.
right now.
Yeah, it's so important. And like people come in all the time and they're like, I have like a crazy weird question, or like, I'm not used to talking about this. And I'm like, it's Thursday. Like, it don't matter. I'm gonna forget this when I go home. I just want you to have the tools and the information
Right.
that you need to do
You're
what
just like,
you need to
how can I
do.
help you? I'll do my best.
Yeah, exactly. And like everyone deserves, like, even if it makes you feel good for like 10 minutes, in this current climate, that's a revolutionary thing to do, in my
Hell
opinion.
yeah. I would take
Yeah.
10 minutes anytime right now. Jeez.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, I'm one of those people, I love talking to someone, and I'll tell someone, like, hey, if I can't help or if I don't know, I have the most delightful queers, everyone in my community. I
Exactly.
have people I can reach out to. If you have a trans question, I can find that out. If you have drug questions, I can find
Exactly.
that out. Just
Right?
let's sit down and talk, and don't be afraid to be open. You're good.
We have so many awesome people in here, like a very, I think, diverse like group of people where we can really
Hmm.
be like, oh, I love this topic, but I know that this person loves it more and
Yeah,
has more
there you go.
information. There's also like we're a bunch of like autistic, mentally ill queer people. So like people, this
Hmm.
is their like special interest is sex toys and like intimacy.
Yeah.
So it is kind of our superpower, and we're all very much the type of people that are like, if everybody else is okay, and I'm okay too. Until we're
See?
not, but we're figuring that out now. I need a charger. Okay, cool.
Right.
uh,
No, it's all about the tism and the queerness. It's just something about it. Because like you said, I love talking anything sex, kink, E&M, whatever you want. I just like talking about it. That's what started this whole podcast was
yeah.
I was just a silly queer slut in the suburbs, and I wanted more people to talk sex with.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
I'm
and
very
it,
I'm very autistic.
yeah,
OCD,
right. How
everything.
real recognize real, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I always say like finds
thank you.
like. There we go.
Exactly. Ooh, damn, we cutting it close with this charger. It's like
Uh-oh.
stretched across the room. There we go.
We'll blame Sam. It's their fault. Uh-oh. Did I nope,
Okay,
you're coming back.
in.
Right when I said
The
it was Sam's
maintenance,
fault
is
to
that
cut out, I'm
still
like, oh
working?
shit, they have some power then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna shit talk
Uh-oh.
Sam. They are a love
Damn,
cake.
the ops.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
We love that.
yeah. So I know you just said you started 2 years ago. So how did your journey with the store begin? Were you like customer turned employee, or just came in
Yeah.
for lube and saw now hiring sign like, hey, I could fit in
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, so I have lived in Minneapolis my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I went to art school in Minneapolis, which is a nerdy thing to do and an expensive thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was at school, I was making a lot of art about I don't know if we're like a trigger warning type thing. I'm kind of in the mindset of like at this point there's like no trigger warnings in life, so like I'm just gonna
Life's a
go with
trigger
it.
warning.
But
You step out the door, boom.
yeah, we all need coping skills is the
Yeah.
best thing that we can do. But I made a lot of art about like sexual violence and domestic violence that I had experienced,
Mm-hmm.
and after doing so there were a lot of other students and faculty where I was going that were like, I couldn't have talked about what I was going through until I saw you publicly speaking on it, because it's such a
Yeah.
personal, private, shameful thing in this country and in the world
And
basically.
that's how it feels. It
um
feels shameful. It's like, I'm just trying
yes,
to tell
it's
you my
so
fucking story.
lonely. Yeah, it's so lonely. So I really wanted to speak on what I was going through and show other people. This wasn't even my intention, I guess, but it just happened. Like, show other
Yeah.
people, like, you're not here by yourself. There's actually hundreds of thousands of millions of people that can relate to exactly what you're talking about. And that was like, oh, wow, even if there's one person that makes a difference because they've seen this and like they feel like they can speak on it now and maybe start to like analyze and cope and recover from those things or even just find community, I
Mm-hmm.
never want to stop doing that ever. So that was a huge thing, like finding my passion in school, and then knowing that Smitten Kitten is here in town, and
Okay.
I was definitely a customer. And I'm so lucky that we are here because there's so many people that have. I mean, I totally was a victim to this too. You buy your first toy off Amazon for like $7.
Oh God.
It
Yep.
dies after one use, and it's a piece of shit.
Or it
So,
hurts. Like, oh
which like
fuck.
there's a time place for everything, but I will say Amazon takes returns. They do not check that shit.
Nope.
And also, even if something says this is like official magic wand or whatever,
Mm-mm.
there is no way to confirm that that's actually what it is and that it's made of the same quality materials, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
If you search wands on
Anyways,
Amazon,
so
phew,
ah,
Hitachi the
no.
wand. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So that is a thing. And yeah, luckily, like I was figuring out sexuality stuff, figuring out what was cool, what was up, and luckily we have the Smitten Kitten in town, so I could go straight to
Mm,
the grade A VIP source of
right.
quality adult toys and education. So went there. I was like fresh out of college. I was like, this place is awesome. I obviously applied. I applied at Smitten Kitten like 4 times before I got hired here.
Really? You were like,
Because it's
come on, come
extremely
on.
competitive too. And like, um, I'm glad because the owner wants people that have the life experience and the like empathy and understanding of a person that is able to do that all day, every day, because it
Yeah.
is an emotionally intense job. Um, so that being said, when I graduated art school, I was like, "Oh shit, my student loans are like mm, they're like $1,000 a month." So
Yeah.
I could either work,
Unrealistic.
yeah, I can work a part-time job, I could work a full-time job, and either way, I'm probably making 2 grand a month for my entire living situation.
Right.
So I had done webcamming in college because it was really
Mm,
flexible with my schedule.
yeah.
And that got to the point where it was like, I'm just standing, like, I'm just staring at each other. We're not going to start this show till you start tipping, and nobody's tipping.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to
The
sit
whole
here and do my
standoff, like,
homework.
okay, come on,
Yeah,
guys.
right. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to do my homework here. So it got to the point where I was like, okay, like this would be more fruitful if I did this in person. So I went and started
Oh,
auditioning at clubs and got into that. And that was really incredible. Learned so much about like solidarity between the working class and
oh, I
artists
can't
and sex
imagine.
workers and
Yeah.
queer people. It was really like another thing to just like be like, wow, this is another thing that's like a huge purpose in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that came up, learned a lot about solidarity, like I said, and then oh, so much trying relationship things, family things happening, where I had to become a caretaker really fast and
Ooh,
really just like pour my whole life into another person that I really deeply care about, but there
true.
was no time for me. And I was
No.
working this shitty dead end job that was making me insane. And I guess before that, I worked at a stripper store basically, where it was like selling like shoes, like the pleasers and outfits and all that
Oh,
stuff.
okay. I
So
was gonna say stripper store. I'm like, what the?
yeah,
What do you guys got up there in
being
Minneapolis? Shit.
yeah, we
Just
it's
buy a
awesome.
stripper.
Our zoning is really interesting. Like it's kind of
Oh.
like Philly, like how they have that one, I think it's like 7th Street or 27th Street, I can't remember, where it's like the entire
Oh,
block is sex
yes.
stores.
Right, right.
Same here because the city is like you can only be here, and it's the same way with the clubs. There's like a very
Okay.
specific like 4 block radius where they can all be. So I worked there for a while, got to know that community deeper,
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of a similar thing where it's like you're helping people through. You could be someone that's like, I'm cold on the pole, I'm a star in the club, and it could also be someone that was in my position where it's like I need to pay my light bill like yesterday.
Right. Show me a few
So
pole moves. Like, give me some tips. All right, I got it.
right, there's like so many different levels of how people do sex work. So really immersed into that, then started working a dumbass job because I needed it. I just needed to be able to provide. And then it was one of those days where you're like on your break and your head is in your hands on the fucking picnic table outside. And then I like look at my phone and it was like Smitten Kitten is hiring. And I was like, oh my God, like, let me call them again and be like, do you remember me? Like, please fucking help
You're
me.
about to get
Like,
my 5th application. I swear to
I
God.
promise that I will tear that shit up in the best way possible. And now I'm interviewing right here, right now. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I remember starting and they were like, wow, it sounds like you have a lot going on right now. Like, how are you going to balance that? And I was like, I'll fucking figure it out because I want to be here so
You're like,
bad.
that's my problem
Like,
to handle, and that bitch will be handled. Don't you worry.
right, exactly. So now we're here. And yeah, I remember like one of the first things I was talking to my boss and my coworkers about was like, we should get Narcan in here, because that is a huge
Mm-hmm.
thing. Like in all of these communities that we overlap into, and just like queer life in general, like people be trying to
Harm
forget.
reduction.
And harm reduction and informed consent and educated choices is the best thing that we can possibly do for each other. So knowing that we're serving a huge group of marginalized people and also living in the inner city and
Oh yeah.
watching our city neglect the needs of people, like we and me personally and the owner JP are just like, we're not waiting for someone else to come fix this. And that's kind of the mantra
No.
of Smitten Kitten, is like, if you want something to get done, you should go do it.
Right.
And I lived here in 2022 and was a part of the uprising after the murder of George Floyd, and that really also, like,
Oh.
I think a lot of people in Minneapolis got like a little crash course of organizing your neighborhood, protecting your neighborhood, and surviving
True.
basically. So it's just so many hard life lessons one after another, but using all of that information to like share with people, because that's like, I'm going to get nerdy into it, but like it's a pillar of white supremacy to be so individual the way that we are and not
Mm-hmm.
asking for help when, like, it does take a village, and you got to be in the village, you got to talk to the village. Sometimes the
Yeah.
village is inconvenient and annoying and it pisses you off. It makes you need to like take a bubble bath or whatever you need to do, like smoke a blunt. But then you got to go back tomorrow because you're in the village, and
Yep.
someday you're going to need the village too. So we just really care genuinely, deeply. It got really insane when we were doing the, like, basically having a free store in our store where it was just like all of the essentials that people needed. It
Oh
got to the
wow.
point where, like I said, ICE caught on to what we were doing and started following people from our store who were
Ooh.
just trying to meet their basic needs. We were
Yeah.
getting death threats online. They were driving past us, like spitting at us, cussing us out. We had to hire security for a while, and I was making call outs to people in the community like, can you guys just come stand around this block?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, just, and either way we would have done that, like, no matter what, because what
Right.
what that was for us to go through is nothing compared to like what people are experiencing who have been
Yeah.
targeted by ICE. And it is such bullshit, and we ugh. I could talk about that all day
Right.
long. But it was like,
But at
we're
least the
gonna do
store was
this.
there. Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna do this whether or not there's cameras. And then it was weird because we did start getting cameras, and it was like, oh, Italy is here to talk to you, and their photographer is stuck at the airport, but she's on her way to talk to you too from Canada. And I'm like, what the fuck? Um,
You're like
or like, oh
Canada. What the?
yeah, Don Lemon is on his way to come talk to you right now. And we're like, oh, okay,
Oh
well,
shit.
let me
Okay.
finish this thing and I guess I'll go talk to Don Lemon now.
Yeah.
Fucking unreal. And it, yeah, still, like, I don't know how we'll ever grasp that,
Yeah.
being internationally recognized for the work that we've been doing, because we were just like, this is just the right thing to do. Um,
Right. And like you said, there's so
yeah,
many people that do it. Oh, there's someone that needs help. Let me film the entire thing. And
right.
I can't fucking stand that. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's just me. But like you guys said,
yeah,
you put it out there, but you weren't like, oh, here's someone that needs help. Here you go. You were doing it the right way.
right.
Just it's hey, people are watching us in a good way
Right?
and want
Yeah,
to
we're not
help.
trying to be extractive about it. We just need the shit immediately,
Yeah.
because we all are humans in here. And it was like, I think sex work really, really trained me and many other employees in here to like see people's humanity, like, very genuinely.
Hmm.
And when someone is struggling, you can just really fucking
Yeah.
tell. And
You can read it on
sex
their
work,
face like, hmm.
yeah, it's palpable. You can really, like, I think a skill that is it might be unteachable, that you can only learn in sex work, is like being able to read someone in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Being like, this is worth my time or it's not worth my time. And when we were offering help at the height of things, it was like so many people coming in like, here's my eviction notice, here's my light bill. And I would be like, honestly, I don't even need to see that, because there's a line of 40 people behind you with the exact same
Right.
thing, and it's literally slowing us down. Um, so yeah, I could talk about ICE and like Operation Metro Surge for 10 years.
Oh, I
Um,
imagine.
yeah, but also I'm on an adult store podcast, so I'm like, wait.
Like, hold on a sec.
I
Don't
don't
worry. I
know.
got those questions too. So
Yeah.
I got you covered.
Right. Yeah.
So now I know we've talked about the community, but so let me ask about the store. Because as a seasoned pervert, I've been going to adult stores since the late 90s. I know I'm dating myself
It's so
very old.
fun.
It is. One of the wildest things that ever happened to me was outside of Chicago. I still remember going to an adult store, and all of a sudden I hear the clerk screaming, "Get that thing the fuck out of here." I'm like, what the? Dude, I turned around. Someone brought a baby in.
Yeah.
And the person
Yeah.
literally said, "It's just a baby. They can't see anything."
Mm,
This is so fucking
yeah.
wrong and illegal. Good
hmm
God, no. So,
Right.
so have you had any of those like, oh fuck, what are you trying to bring in here? Like alligators or fucking naked
Yes.
people?
Yeah. That is an interesting topic for us because, like, during the height of Operation Metro Surge, it was like
Yeah,
people didn't know that we were an adult store sometimes because we were just like going hard at mutual aid and
yeah.
community
They're just coming
care.
in for help. It's like, oh, wait a
Right.
sec.
So people would be like, "Am I in the right spot right now?" And I'd be like, "Actually, yeah, you are."
In
And
more ways
when
than
things
one.
are that dire, you don't care that there's dildos all over the place.
No,
So,
it's
and
bonus
it's like things
points.
are moving so quickly that like who fucking cares? Like we definitely had situations like what you were saying, but it was like, okay, but you need toilet paper. So like
Yeah.
it's
You
shitty
stay
if you don't
outside the
have
door.
that.
Just tell me what you need. I'll
Right.
bring
Yeah,
it
we
to
got
you.
you.
Yeah.
So intense. So that was a thing, but also we were just like whatever because
Oh
the
yeah.
Gestapo was outside. So like it don't matter. But
Right.
working at the stripper supply store one time, I had this is
Oh.
one of my favorite stories to tell is that there was a guy who walked in and he had his hands really like straight down on his body, and I saw something like shiny and I was like standing behind the
Ooh.
counter and I was like, I don't want to find out what that is. I'm just gonna chill right here. And my
Yep.
coworker didn't notice and she's all like, la la la, like we're just talking, we're just working, it's fine. And I was like, dude, like trying to give her the signal of like, dude, something
Red
something is
alert.
not
Red
right,
alert.
something is weird. And then I hear this person, I hear like cutting noises like into a plastic package.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah.
right. So I was like standing there at the safe distance that I was, and I was like, "Sir, I don't know what you're doing over there, but like we don't do that shit here." And
There you
he
go.
just like turned around, he like stopped what he was doing. He didn't say a word, but then he came up to the register with like the biggest, like beefiest dildo that we
How
had,
am I not surprised?
and he bought it and he left silently. And I was like, "All right, we are closed for the rest of the night."
At
There's
least he
about a
bought
half
it.
hour left, and the quota of weirdness has totally been met for the day.
Yeah.
That was funny as hell. So I call him the knife guy because I think he just had a knife.
Yeah, it was just like cutting through, trying. I mean, how is he gonna
Right.
try to
And
sneak
we're in
that out?
Minneapolis. So
Yeah.
like yeah, we already know that the police are not coming to help with anything.
No.
Is how we feel about it. It's like they'll show up like 2 hours later and be like, "Are you sure that really happened?" And we'll be like, "Can you just fuck off?" Like, damn.
Okay, he's gone. All
Um
right.
yeah,
Like,
so I got
thanks,
that's like
officer.
another thing about Smitten Kitten is like we are very outspoken about our political beliefs here, and I'm so grateful that we like that it resonates with people, and also that
Yeah.
my boss like trusts me to say those things because I something that I think about when I'm like working on social media and advertising is that like everyone is so fucking sick of ads, and
My
it's like
God.
I can't even like I mean they make the world go around, like we need to be able to pay for our shit,
Yeah.
and sometimes doing like podcasts or doing
Oh yeah.
advertising, like you have to feed the beast.
You click the managed
But
ads. It's like whatever. Just this will help. Give me a few bucks for the month. Okay.
exactly, so we are kind of finding a way to be like genuine with our customers and our community about like who we are as people,
Yeah.
and also just be like, if you come in here, you're just gonna find out like how cool and smart everybody is in here. And that was a thing that was kind of like unintentionally a win from all of this shit that happened is like so many people that would have never come into a sex store before did, because they were
Right.
like, I saw you guys helping people before the church did, before doctors did, before like counselors and therapists did. So I just
Mm-hmm.
came to you guys first, and we have honestly developed some really awesome, like lifelong friendships from those
Wow.
connections of people that would have never come into an adult store before.
Yeah.
So that was really powerful. And like, I hope that that just continues forever where they're like, oh, like, we heard you guys on the daily and I didn't know that you were even in my city because I'm
Yeah.
not in touch with that side, or like I never talk about that stuff. And we're like, we really try to approach it as a regular thing that's a part of everyday life, like,
Right.
because it is, you know?
Yeah. It's okay to talk about it. Everybody fucking does it. Trust me.
Right. Yeah. It's like silly. I mean, it's also like extremely fucking serious, but at the
Yes,
same
yes.
time, it's like there's so much space in between that you got to balance on a everyday basis. So that's kind
Yeah.
of what we try to do.
Yeah. And once you get a little vulnerable and open about talking about sex toys and self pleasure, holy shit, your life so much fucking easier.
Right, just be
So much
honest with
easier.
yourself. I think that is like a huge problem that we have in the current climate here is
Yeah.
like people are like, "Wow, I can't be honest with myself or my loved ones, so I'm going to make it everyone else's problem."
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm miserable, so everyone else should be miserable too. And
World needs to
it's like,
suffer with me.
"Can you just jerk off and get over it? Oh my God, like
Yeah.
nut and move on like the rest of us, you know?" Like,
Well, I know the classic one I always hear is, of course, from a male's perspective,
mhm.
men wanting to talk to their partners about getting pegged. And
Mhm.
I try my best to be like, hey, you would be surprised how many people I've opened up to about pegging. And they were like, holy shit, that's hot. Can
Yes.
we do that?
The
Oh my
power
God, can I?
dynamic is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
People get so
awesome.
excited to put stuff in your butt, and it's nothing to be ashamed about.
Right? It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
there. It's just chilling there waiting. Like you having a rough day. You should see something like like
Mm-hmm.
trying to
You
tell
get
you
it.
something. Right?
Yeah.
That happens so often in the adult store world too. Like um I would say probably like 75 to 50% of our audience is like femme people and queer, like gender nonconforming people.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you get the people that bring in their straight partners and they're like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, I never do that." And I'm like, "Well, why?" Like,
Why not?
because it's gay. And I'm like, "But is a girl doing it to you?" Like, cuz that doesn't sound gay to me. And also,
Sounds
like,
fucking hot.
yeah, it sounds awesome, like you should live a little.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we're always like we're very much meeting people where they're at is our main
Mm-hmm.
thing. If someone comes in and they're like, I've never tried anything before and I'm not like intimate with myself or another person like that, I'm not going to show them like all of
That
the
crazy three
tentacles that
foot
we
dong.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I will be like, maybe you should try a bullet. Like it's really
Right.
simple, small, unassuming.
Too
Um,
intimidating.
right. Yeah. I always tell people like start simple because it's really easy to overwhelm yourself, especially when there's like such a lack of humanity and information in a lot of these conversations about like
Mm-hmm.
sex ed and sexuality and community. Um, and like everyone should enter that space in whatever way that they're comfortable, like as much or as little
Yeah.
as you want to disclose. And there is like a line too of like, okay, I don't need to know all of the things about your session.
Right. We don't need the backstory, but what are you interested in? Okay, maybe we
Right.
go towards this now, or yeah.
Right.
Like, I
Yeah.
want to be
It's
your friend, but
really
we are not trauma dumping right now. Trying to
right.
select
And
your
that
first
happens
sex.
too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm so thankful that we have the boss that we have, like the person that's the owner realizes that this is an emotionally taxing job. And like
Oh yeah.
one of the reasons why we are so outspoken about like our political beliefs and stuff like that is because we're trying to support each other. Like they're like, I want to pay you guys a livable wage because I know you're doing really intense work where other adult stores that I've worked at in the past are just like, oh, like you don't really need to know that much to do this job. And I'm like, what do you
No,
mean?
just
This
sell
is
them
like,
this and get your commission.
right, exactly. Like this is such a serious topic that can really change people's lives if you do it the right way and if you do it the wrong way. You
Yeah,
can also make it so
you
people will
can
never
fuck
try
someone
that shit
up without the right
again.
info. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say like 75% of our customers are people like just getting into things, trying things for the first time. I don't know if I would say 75%, maybe like 50, because
Yeah,
there's
good
also the
number
other
though.
half that are like, I am a seasoned professional. and I want to see what you guys got. Like,
Give
lay it
me a
on me. And they're
basket. I
like,
will come to you when I'm done.
yeah, exactly. So it's really, the vibe checks are so important, you know?
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
that's important too,
And
because I don't think a lot of people understand that,
yeah,
being whatever title you like to use, advisor, educator, whatever, it takes a lot of spoons. And I don't
yeah.
think people really ever understand that.
Yes.
Like, oh, you're just selling sex toys. No, we're having conversations. I'm getting to know someone.
Right.
Like you said, they start having deep conversations and you make that connection,
Hmm.
not in a bad way, but it takes up your daily spoons. And then by the time you clock out, you're like, fuck, I need to put something in my
Yeah.
ass. I am done for the day. Like we're just
Right.
saying, it's
Yeah.
like,
I
yep,
need,
I
where's
need
my
something
magic wand?
extra. Hmm.
I need to come so hard that I black out for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you come to like,
it be like that.
spoons are restocked.
Okay.
Now I'm going to
Yeah.
bed.
I can live again. Damn. Like,
Hitachi, do your thing.
it's like, nobody talk to me. I'll be right back. I just got to do something. Like,
5 minutes.
yep. Yep. Yeah. So we are so, like, we joke all the time in here about like HR. Like, no, we are
Oh,
HR. Like, there's
HR
so
quit
many
forever ago. They
instances
were done.
in this job where it's like, what other job where, like, can you have where your boss is like, oh, I saw this adult toy and I know that you talk about it, like, you like it, so like I got you this other thing to try. And I'm like, this is
Oh,
amazing. And I was like, this is the perfect space for me. I'm so
yeah.
so blessed.
Oh my God, if my boss got me poppers, I'd be like, so let's go to HR. I just bought the company. So
Yeah. Yeah, basically that's what JP did. They're like, so we do whatever we want now. And it's awesome. Yeah.
yeah. And now, so
It's
from
fucking,
I'm outside Chicago. I know Minneapolis. I think there's a lot of similarities, even though we're good. I think it's like a 6-hour drive or so
yeah.
ish. I know I've been into
Hmm.
Minneapolis once, but
Yeah.
especially with Pride coming up. Like I know
Yeah.
Chicago, they go big. I know Milwaukee Fest. I've always meant to get them up there. What's like the Pride vibe, the scene for Pride in
Yeah.
Minneapolis?
Yeah. We always go big for celebrating Pride. Like, we have
Hmm.
such a strong like art community. We have, like, one of the awesome things about Minneapolis is that we're a sanctuary city and that we have like
Hmm.
a very diverse group of people living here. We're still in the Midwest, so like there's a lot of
Oh
white
yeah.
people, but also like there's space for everybody. Um, And it's interesting to look at it from a bunch of different perspectives because at the same time, Minneapolis is one of the most like racially segregated places in the
Hmm.
country. Even though we're in the north, I think redlining actually started in Minneapolis in St. Paul.
Oh, okay.
So there's many different pockets and sections of Pride. So there's like the main one that Exxxotica will be a part of, which I'm really excited to be a part of this
Hmm.
year. This current administration fucking sucks. We all know that.
Oh
But
yeah. Mhm.
normally I feel like there is a lot of like corporate stuff going on at Pride where it's like, why is Comcast here? Like, unless Comcast is paying my bill this
Yeah.
month as a gay person, I don't really
I
need to
mean,
see them.
cool. Comcast
But
button with the pride flag. I'm like, all right,
right,
that's not really
so
helping us.
a lot of the funding like that got cut this year. And I'm
Oh,
really interested to see in like how that is reflected in community this year
yeah.
because it's such a huge thing and usually there are a lot of corporate entities where it starts to feel like the soul is kind of sucked out of it. So when
Right.
Exxxotica approached us and was like, we would love to donate this space and like you guys are doing amazing things, like this is what
Hmm.
we want it to be about. I was like, this feels really hopeful right now because there's all the like commercial things that you can do with this, but also like the first Pride was a riot and we're in Minneapolis, so we know what the fuck is going on.
Damn
Like, we
right.
got some experience in that. So I'm really excited to see how that goes, but there's also multiple groups that kind of split off and do their own thing. Like, every community does something awesome. Like, the goths
Hmm.
are doing something, like the Latinos are doing something. Like, we have an incredible ballroom scene here that's really starting to blossom
Really?
that I love to go
Huh.
like witness. Because we have like it's winter for 6 months out of the year and like 8 months sometimes. So
Yep.
like if you don't have a hobby here, you go fucking crazy. So people do drag, voguing, like do different like bondage scenes or like public play to whatever degree we're allowed to. We also still have some weird like laws here that are annoying, but everybody
Right. You're
finds
like,
their
come
own
on.
way, right? Like it's 2026. We just watched all of this horrific shit. Can we just like have a sex club,
Yeah.
please? Like I swear to
Please and
God.
thank you. Hmm.
It's really not that serious. Like what the fuck? So but yeah, there's so many different avenues to do it. My favorite, honestly, my favorite spot to hang out during Pride is the 19 bar, which is like,
Mm.
it's honestly like kind of a neighborhood bar, but it's a gay bar.
Okay.
And
Shout out to
it
19.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't feel so much like a spectacle when I'm in there. It just feels like you're hanging out with other queer
Oh.
people. It's
Yeah.
pretty
More
divey.
natural.
Yeah, which I'm a sucker for a dive bar. So I don't
Fuck
need like
yeah.
as much as I fucking love the performances and like performance art that the queer community and fetish community put on, like with my whole soul, it is nice to just go like have a beer with other gay people or like have
Yeah.
a white claw or whatever, and just talk shit with the girls and the gays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
And then
there's so
enjoy
many
a show while
different
doing it.
sectors. Yeah, like you can
Yeah.
indulge in all of them depending on like what mood you're in that day. So there's not like the main like Hennepin Avenue main street of Minneapolis has a lot of the really like commercial gay bars, and some of them are actually
Yeah.
owned by straight people, and you can tell
You're like, wait a
because they
minute.
it looks like dog shit on the inside. Like
Here's RuPaul
it
just looping on the TV like, dude, no.
yeah, like okay,
No
been
shade
there,
to
done
Ru, but
that. Yeah, sachet away for now.
yeah.
Like yeah, so but yeah, we are so lucky. Like I feel like sometimes we're like mini New Orleans. Oh yeah, coconut water. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yes. We stay
I know I'm drinking
hydrated in
coffee over
here.
here like an idiot. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get
Uh,
dehydrated, but fuck, I need to wake
Sometimes
up.
you got to though. We got
Yeah.
stuff to do. I'm very much cup of coffee at 6 o'clock.
Oh hell yeah.
Sometimes, you know.
I already had
Um,
2 energy drinks. I'm like, maybe just a little bit of coffee just to tap the night
you
off would
go,
be good.
girl. Like
Yeah.
tear that up. So
I'll still
yeah,
fall asleep the
I
second I lay down, no problem.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, Minneapolis is such a like a melting pot of so
Yeah.
many different cultures and people and lifestyles, and I feel like especially after Operation Metro Surge, I could never leave here due to like the lifelong connections that I've built with my community here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so honored and proud of like our city and this store and this space and like all of the volunteers that came out, all of the incredible like sex workers that have contributed to this project. Like still there's been a lot of like as the media attention has died down, it's become a lot harder to do fundraising. And like one thing that
Right.
we've really kept up on is doing rental relief for people, because if you
Hmm.
don't have a spot to put all of these belongings and like food and whatever,
Yeah.
none of it means anything if you don't have a roof over your head, basically.
Right.
So there's many groups that started to do rent relief and outreach, but we all started doing it at the same time, going hard as hell because we needed to. So as the media attention has like dissipated, so has the funds and the fundraising.
Mm.
So we are still like working our asses off to do all different types of fundraisers. There's a bunch of amazing artists like burlesque, drag, even like sex workers donating proceeds of their work to rental
Wow.
assistance for people
See?
affected by ICE, which is like there's so many people where it's like they lost the sole provider for their family and now they got to take care of kids, and like we know
Like,
so
how
many
do I do this?
stories where it's like we need to show up now because we don't have another chance. And I think that just like spreads to everything in our store. Like you might
Mhm.
only see this person one time, but you better give them the like opportunity to make a choice for themselves.
I love
And
that.
like privately,
Yeah.
because yeah, no one should have to think about the safety of their own personal stuff like that, you know?
No.
Yeah, we're just big nerds, deeply caring about other nerds,
Yeah.
basically.
Queer, autistic, supportive, sexy nerds. Just make that a
Hmm.
big acronym. We'll work on
That's
that.
our next shirt.
But after the come period shirt. Come on, that
Mm-hmm.
one's got to come
Mm-hmm.
first.
After the cum shirt. Yep.
Yeah. So I was going to say, I know. So we have Exxxotica. Oh
Mhm.
my God, I don't have it written down, but that's what makes the show authentic. June
Yeah.
20.
I think it's like the 27th.
Brittany, don't kill me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yes,
Brittany.
Exxxotica, June 26th, 27th, 28th. There we
Nice.
go.
Nice. Yeah, so that's Pride weekend. The whole city's gonna be
Oh,
popping.
that is Pride weekend. That's right.
It's super fun. Yeah, it's so wholesome, and you get to see everybody in their cute little outfits.
Hell yes, you do.
There's so many performances. I feel like this year is going to be really special because of what everyone has just gone through. Um, People really pouring themselves into their artwork and expression and just like loving each other a little bit harder because you never know.
Yeah.
Like the other thing is like this shit could come back at any time, and it is going all over the United States. Like we're looking at New Jersey right now, who's really going through it. And I know Chicago went through this too,
Oh, yeah.
and it's fucking horrific. So like we need to lean on each other. Like in a way, I think during
where we
some of
need
the
our community.
international press interviews, I was actually saying like you could compare this in a way to the AIDS epidemic in the way where the government is saying like
The
this
way
is
they
your
handled
fault.
it. Yeah.
And
Sucks
we
to
don't
be
give a
you.
shit about you. Yeah. And like you did this to yourself. But also we're gonna watch you and let you drown on purpose, actually.
Yeah.
So that like that weighs on me heavily often, where we watch the people that we've elected or put our tax dollars into just being irresponsible as fuck. So people joke about Smitten Kitten all the time, like, you guys are the mayor. And I'm like,
Right.
okay. Like I'm
Mayor
never gonna
Kitten.
run for mayor, but I will dunk on the mayor every day as far as like face to face human interaction
Fuck yeah.
and humanity. Absolutely 1000%. All of us in here, hands down. Like, and that's another thing I've said a lot about me in this, but like I would not be in the place that I am talking to you right now if I didn't have an incredible group of friends, an incredible community of Black and brown and indigenous trans people, queer people educating me up until this point to do the right thing, making sure like I've asked people the whole time, like, can I pass the mic? And they're like, no, there's too many people, but maybe you missed
Like,
this thing. Could you just like bring it up? And I'm like, yes. So just, yeah, it's such a huge priority to like maintain the village, basically.
Right.
I'm so grateful for them.
Yeah. And I think especially, so the Spark community, I know it's new this year. I was at the Chicago location.
Yeah.
And they reached out to me. I was like, you want me to what? I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But especially with
insane.
Exxxotica, like I love them. I've been going to Exxxotica for like 12 years.
Yeah.
And I did bring it up on one of the group calls, like, I love Exxxotica, but it does come off very straight. Like, of course, there's not a lot of like gay, bi, trans, non-binary. You don't really see that. So now that
and
they
that's
finally,
where like fetish comes from, is
yes,
like
it
for queer
does.
people and like
Fuck
for
yes.
marginalized groups. Yeah, and we are always all about that too. It's like, yes, you could buy like the best flogger of your life and you'll never have to buy it again, but you could also make it out of shoelaces if you really need to. Like,
right. See if it's
and
your
that's the
thing. You might not even be
coolest
that good at it.
yeah, right. You just got to be creative about it and use your imagination, which is like a huge part of sexuality to begin with. Like just really tapping into that creative brain and being like safe, sane, and consensual, but also having a lot of fun. And like sometimes it's messy or awkward or funny. And that's part of being a person. Like
Yeah,
we should
learning.
allow ourselves that breathing room, I think.
It's okay to be
Especially
silly.
after all this shit that we're dealing with on a regular basis. Like, shout out to Magic Wand. Shout out to Fetish and
I know.
like
I wish I would have bought
BDSM.
stock in Hitachi or Lawand years
Oh
ago. I
my
can't even
God.
imagine.
Right? Yeah.
That was
We
the
should
insider
be
trading.
getting yeah, y'all like we need some fucking investing in lube while we all get
Yeah.
fucked. Like
See, we need a good high quality lubricant like Uber Lube.
Yeah, we love Uber Lube. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I've tried reaching out to Hitachi before, like, hey, I know I'm a rinky dink podcast, but you have really great products. If you ever want me to, and of course, no response, but I'm like, someday, oh my God,
Yeah,
I'll
they
get
are
that
owned
package in the
by
mail.
Vibratex.
Oh,
They bought them out. Um, yeah, so pro tip. And like they're pretty responsive on their social media. I think
so
I'm friends with them at
Vibratex.
this
Okay.
point. Yeah, because Hitachi sold the patent because they were like, this doesn't align with my values.
Well, fuck you. It
And I was
aligns
like,
with me
well, that
pretty
was a
well.
mistake.
Yeah.
Because it aligns with mine. It aligns with a lot of things.
It
Like,
aligns with my body very well.
yeah,
And that's always the funny
actually,
thing, too. I always say, like, the male demographic, guys that aren't playing with wands, you're fucking missing out.
missing
Oh,
out. Like
right.
to see your partner just like like to see their soul leave their body like that
Yeah.
is like a fucking honor. Like,
And you just watch it happen, like, oh my God, this is amazing.
ah, yeah,
I'm
beautiful
so
thing.
compersion. I'm like,
Everyone,
I just want to watch you come.
right? Like,
Yeah.
damn, it's an honor to be here.
It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve you.
Yeah,
Now I'm going to
literally
bed.
that.
We're getting
Yeah,
pizza
good night.
rolls.
Yeah, time to pass the fuck out. Like, shout out to her.
Yep, damn right. Well, shit. Well, of course, for the people coming to the, and of course, we always got to say it's the inaugural, it's the first Exxxotica
Yeah.
Minneapolis
Mm-hmm.
with Pride Month, with Spark, with Smitten Kitten at the shining
Yeah.
center of it. You guys, girls, gals, thems, theys, thems, everyone will
Yeah.
have so much fucking fun. I
Yeah,
promise
it's
you.
awesome. We are such a weird, fun group of people in Minneapolis, and yeah, we go hard as hell.
Yeah.
So
And Pegstress normally brings cake. I said it as a
okay.
joke because I'm a cake whore. And
Yeah,
everyone's like, oh, can I get you anything? And I will always say cake.
a cake.
Because,
Yeah,
people will offer that politely, like, can I get you anything? I'm like, yeah, cake. You said anything.
yeah,
She straight up came
right.
up with a cake the next day. I was like,
Yes,
it had raspberry
we need
filling.
that.
Oh, it was so good.
Damn.
So hopefully she brings cake for y'all.
I hope so because
Yeah.
after you work in the adult industry for so long, it's the
You need a
different
treat.
stuff like that that gets you going. Like,
Yeah, you
a
bring vanilla
fresh
long johns.
pastry.
I will drop to my
Damn.
fucking knees for a vanilla long john.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
will
not an
also drop to
innuendo.
my knees for that.
Legit, vanilla long john is my favorite. It's not an innuendo for dick.
It's so
Dunkin'
fucking good.
Donuts, anybody. You give me a vanilla long john.
Amen. Agree. Wholeheartedly, yes.
Fuck, and this has been an absolute delight tonight.
Yeah,
I
this has
thank
been
you
so
for
nice. Thank you.
making space and giving time here. So, of course, before we go, exxoticaexpo.com to get your tickets to come see Anne and the other horny gremlins
Yeah.
from Smitten Kitten,
Yes.
providing education and chaos at Spark this
Yeah.
year. But
Follow
where can
us.
they?
Yeah, I already know. Here's where you can find me. You can find us on Instagram. That is the main, like, most active platform we have. We're also on Facebook, just as Smitten Kitten. But on Instagram, we are Smitten Kitten MN. It's a picture of our store. We kind of just stay on those avenues, and also on like 3010 Lindale and Lake Street in Minneapolis. Come
brick
visit
and
the
mortar.
store. It's like a historical artifact at this point. So
Right. And
yeah,
you guys have a
it's-
website as well? Was it
yeah,
smittenkitten.com? I didn't want to misquote it.
SmittenKittenOnline.com.
Okay.
Yeah, SmittenKittenOnline.com. Yep, that is it. I should.
I
know
always
that,
fuck that
but
up and I'll forget like an online or something after. I'm like, oh shit.
yeah, and we have a link tree also if people want to figure out
Perfect.
how they can better support or tap into resources in Minneapolis helping folks
Oh.
affected by ICE, or if you need better sex education, if you
So
want to
that's
know
right
what
on the
events
website too.
we're doing. If you are in Minneapolis on June 10th, we're doing our next fundraiser is a screening of a documentary where half the proceeds are going towards rental relief for Minneapolis. That's at the main cinema. That should be a fun, well, kind of fun. It's a documentary about like police brutality, but
the
it's in
afters
a
will be
really
fun.
cute neighborhood where you
Yeah.
could get a cute little beverage with your sweetie afterwards.
There we go.
It's right next to the river. It's very posh. So
Yeah,
we
throw
tried
some
to
romance in
balance
there.
it a little
Yeah.
bit. But yeah, there is links to that on our link tree. There's links to more fundraising, etc. just go check that shit out. We're weird as hell.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the
you
vibe we
know,
want.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Everyone should
and
be weirder and sluttier.
fuck yes. Put more stuff
Yeah.
up your butt.
Yes, more butt stuff.
Consensually.
Yes, more consensual butt stuff.
Consensual
less-
butts. That's a third shirt. There we
Yeah.
go.
Right?
More consensual
less,
butt stuff.
Less whatever the fuck is going on currently.
We're going to make so much money off these t-shirts. It's fucking dumb.
Yes, right? It's the new t-shirt every day.
Right. Well, Anne, thank you so much. As always,
Yeah.
stay safe and stay slutty.
Same. Amen.
Same. What? Oh my God. Again, so sad. I'm not going to be able to see them in person. But what an amazing, amazing interview in time with Smitten Kitten, with Anne, with Honey Butter and Phil. And all of them will be at Exxxotica. So, of course, this is our Exxxotica Kickoff. Make sure to get your tickets at ExxxoticaExpo.com. What's coming up for the month? Well, oh shit. So let's give you a little preview. For the rest of the month, I still have let me pull up my list. Sweetly Sassy Toys. I still have Dr. Elliott, Zcash, Howie Gordon. I will also have so many goodies, stories. Stay tuned for my fucking gay, queer, sexual journey in my life, because that's what we're sharing for the Slut Summer 26. Pride Month is all about how I became who I am today. So stay tuned for that. And of course, as always, that's it for the show. So, boys, girls, ladies, thems, my delicious slutties that I love spending time with every week. Please remember, make sure you have all your things before you head out. Thanks for coming over. Yes, put those pants back on. You can't go out without pants. Come on. Text me when you get home safe. But don't you worry. Come back any time you want. I will leave a light on for you and maybe even the door unlocked. We'll see. And as always, remember, pleasure is personal, consent is sexy, and curiosity keeps it fun. Stay safe and stay slutty. Mwah!
No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.